Hey guys, happy Wine Wednesday. You know what that means. It's time for a wine review. Now, I know that I've been doing these reviews on a blog, and before that, I was just doing them in an Instagram post. But I wanted to test out doing these wine reviews live with you as I'm tasting them and just kind of very limited editing and my explanation of these. So, this week, I want to go over two rosés. So I got these two rosés from Gary V's November Wine Club shipment. Now, these were supposed to be really good for Thanksgiving. Unfortunately, I got them and I held on to them and I didn't have them with Thanksgiving. But either way, I'm not going to turn my nose up to good wine. Something that I have learned in my wine journey this year is that you really can't write off one varietal based off of one or even two bad experiences. And here's why. Because wine from different regions tastes different. It's called the terroir. So the terroir has to do a lot with the climate, the soil, just the environment that the grapes are grown in. The different winemaker can also have different ways of making that wine, of fermenting the wine that can also have a different effect on it. So one of the fun things I really have enjoyed doing being a part of all these wine clubs this year has been comparing different varietals in different regions on my own. So you can take the time to learn about it, or you can just go ahead and taste a lot of wine and figure it out for yourself. This one we'll start off with because I have it uncorked and I'm scared I'm going to dump it. So this rosé is from Bellegarde Rance, and I'm going to just go ahead and click. All right, just a taste, right? I guess that's more of a taste, but I want you guys to be able to see the color. It's rose, surprise, right? So I think a lot of people would think this is actually more of a summer drink, but from what I understand, the reason Gary that picked these this month was because the acidity of especially this one would be really, really good with heavier foods. So as I've already poured it out, I can already smell it from here. When I do smell, I like to really get my nose in there. So y'all are going to probably see some funny faces during this process, so I hope you enjoy. And when you sniff, like just really... So the fragrance on this one is really super light, but I do get some very floral notes out of it. Yeah, lots of rose, obviously. It smells a little fruity, but not like too bad. So now that I've gotten that out of that, I do want to go ahead and take the first sip. Ooh. Whew. Okay. It's really interesting because it's very smooth on the initial taste. And then when it hits the back and you swallow it, it is pretty acidic. Not necessarily in a bad way. It's kind of a little citrusy to me on the end there, which was very interesting. Wasn't necessarily expecting that based on what I smelled when before I took a drink. So now I'm gonna do another drink. On the second drink, I usually like to swish and kind of chew. If you're newer to wine tasting and things like that, like I am, it might be a little weird to think about swishing and chewing your wine, but it is a very interesting way to kind of dissect the wine itself. Whew. Okay, yeah. The acidity in this one is a little more than I personally normally like. I would call it like a medium to high acidity in my opinion. And then you can also do a little swirl. And the reason you can do a little swirl is because you're gonna see the streaks that the wine leaves. I don't know if you guys can really see this, but the streaks in the wine can kind of give you an idea of how high the alcohol content is. If the streaks are very big, fat streaks, that means it has a high alcohol content. If they're more skinny, it'll be a little lower. So let me see here. To me, they look a little skinny, but very thick. So it says 13.5%, which is pretty good. Not bad at all. So that's another way you can kind of dissect wine as you're drinking it. And then lastly, I like to just kind of do one big drink, like, you know, that drink you take after a long, hard day. That's what I like to do on this last one. It's not bad. I feel like it's a little classy. This wine's a little too classy for moderate chugging, but it's delicious. There's the label for you if you guys want to go find it. According to my tasting notes here, this one is only $10. My kind of wine, my kind of budget. Not bad, huh? Okay, so the second one is called Lazy Lucy Blackwater. This is a product of South Africa. Now, when I started drinking some wine, I didn't really think of South Africa as like a huge wine region, but I've actually tried quite a few wines from South Africa, and it's good stuff. So if you get the chance, try to pull that region out. So the color of this one is a little different. It's definitely lighter. Kind of see there. But you know, the same rosé quality, right? The reason a lot of people will swirl like this is because it does open up the flavors and the aromas of the wine too. A safe way to do it is to kind of put your hand like this on the table and just swirl from here. I know you can't really see it. You can see it a little bit. But that is a safe way to swirl instead of just, you know what I mean? Okay, no screwing around. Let's smell this wine. So this one does smell pretty similar. I feel like this one's even lighter, though. I'm not getting as floral of a scent off of it. I am getting some more citrus off of the smell of this one. Maybe a little more, little fruitier, but it's still just kind of like muted. Very tame. It's not like you smell it and it punches you in the face or anything like that. The first one, after I poured it, I could smell it right away in the glass. This one I couldn't. So I really had to get my nose in there in order to smell this one. Oh my gosh. Guys, this is out of this world, like how different these two are. The acidity of this one is like way lower. This one I feel like would be a very good dessert. Maybe like with dessert it would be good. I feel like this one wouldn't be as good with super duper heavy foods because the acidity isn't there to cut through that. So on the second taste here, not nearly as aggressive in the acidity. I really like this one. When I swish and kind of chew a little bit, I do get quite a nice like tart cherry flavor, which is a nice surprise. Has a very nice distinct fruit flavor that I didn't get in the first one. And we'll do the third chuggaroo here for you guys. Oh, that one is delightful. And you know what's crazy too? The price difference is only $3. This one is $13. You can take a look at the label there. I really enjoyed this one. This might be one that I have to go and reorder. Winelibrary.com, you can go and get these wines from there. I believe most or all of them are available. You can also sign up for the monthly wine club as well if you would like. They're very good. I got 2 other wines with this shipment too that I have not tried yet that I will be reviewing later on. I have some other wine club wines from a different wine club that I do want to go over probably before I do those. So thanks for hanging out with me, you guys, and watching me this first one. Again, we did 2 rosés today. They're completely different. That blows my mind. I absolutely love learning about wines in different regions and different terroirs. I always feel like I have to say terroir. Yeah, I don't know if you guys like this format at all. I'm still going to post some really cute chicken pictures too. Give me some feedback. Let me know what your wine questions are. Maybe I can do some research and help you out. So I hope you all have a splendid day, and I will talk to you very, very soon. Cheers!